Hi, I'm Dr. DQ.
Mrs. Jones. Mr. Jones.
Yes.
Yes, we just want to know what achondroplasia is.
Achondroplasia is an autosomal dominant trait that can also be caused by a mutation where the growth of long bones is slowed, resulting in a body that is small in relation to the average body. I recommend you see Counselor Jackson.
Hello, my name is Dr. Jackson. How are you?
Good, I'm Mr. Jones.
Mrs. James.
Sorry, Jones. You guys have achondroplasia, correct?
Yes.
Achondroplasia is a mutation that causes people to be shorter than average height.
What are our options besides having a child ourselves?
You could adopt a child or foster one.
If we both have achondroplasia, what's the chance of our child having a lethal gene?
According to your family pedigree, there'd be a 25% chance of having a child with lethal gene.
What is the chance of having a kid with achondroplasia?
There would be a 50% chance.
What are the chances of having a child with average height?
It would be a 25% chance.
What are the financial implications of having a child with achondroplasia?
Aside from normal purchases such as diapers, a crib, and other necessities, you'd have to pay for hospital visits, counselors, and achondroplasia specialists.
Well, what about emotionally if we have?
Having a child with achondroplasia will be tough. You'll be given looks in public and it'll be stressful dealing with health issues. Your child will be made fun of and it'll be tough for them to make friends. If you adopt, then your child will be made fun of for having small parents. That may be easier to deal with. If you have a child, I recommend homeschooling or going to a smaller private school.
Is there anything we could do to make a kid an average sized child?
There are treatments such as limb lengthening, where people with achondroplasia go through surgery to extend the length of their limbs, but it can be risky. Or they can inject their child with hormone that increases final height of the person.
Is there any way we could test to see if our kid has the disorder during pregnancy?
It can be hard to detect, but if your baby is below average in the womb, it can be inferred that they have achondroplasia.
How did I get this gene? None of my other family members have the disorder.
This disorder can appear even if there's no appearance in early generations due to mutations. It can be diagnosed during pregnancy if the baby falls behind on growth in the womb. Anyone has the capability of getting this disorder to appear.
What are the symptoms of achondroplasia?
Symptoms are short stature. They vary considerably across the spectrum. There's also disproportionate body parts.
Is there any way we could treat this disorder if our child was to inherit this gene?
There are a couple of surgical ways achondroplasia can be treated, including correcting the direction in which bones are growing, stabilizing and correcting the shape of the spine, increasing the size of the opening in the bones of the spine to alleviate pressure on the spinal cords, and a procedure called limb lengthening.
Okay. We have decided that we will choose to adopt.
We did some research and discovered that we would have a 50% chance of having a kid with achondroplasia, a 25% chance of having a child with average height, and a 25% chance of having a kid with the lethal gene.
This means that the kid would have both dominant alleles, and from our research and from asking questions to doctors and counselors, this means our child would not live past the age of 2 years. The risk is just too severe, so we will adopt.